Here's the next question. Does applying to two different jobs in one company significantly lower your chance of getting each one? Now, I want to continue on here. I'm interested in two different areas, and they outline the two different groups. Would it be a bad idea to apply to both of these positions at one company? How does the process usually work with processing applications? Would it be going through the same recruiter? So, without outlining the specific jobs, I simply start off by answering the question as to whether or not it reduces your chances with the answer, well, it depends. Now, I interviewed someone on Job Search Radio not long ago who was a corporate HR recruiter, and he commented that the applicant tracking systems are now set up to recognize people who are frequent appliers. So in his case, which was a medical facility in the mid-Atlantic states, often they get applications from people for multiple positions and they're not really qualified for them. So the system starts to block them for the simple reason that they're just nothing more than a spammer to them. So yes, you could say both. They may hit on one of them, but they're not paying attention. They just want to work at this company and they don't really care what the impact is on the person who's reading their resume. They just want to work for the company. And that isn't what firms are looking for. They're looking for people to fill individual jobs. So multiple submissions can have an adverse impact unless you're going directly to hiring managers. So if you're applying through the applicant tracking system, you're starting to lower your value because in this particular case, person was applying for two different types of roles. Although they may have two different recruiters, the system that they're applying through is going to note that they've applied through their system for two different types of position. They're going to look at the resume and say, okay, this is the same person, and they don't really fit either of these roles, or they fit this role. Why do they apply for this one? Let's get rid of it. Or they may just simply say, spammer, or they may just simply look at both and go, huh? And get rid of you. So it can have an adverse impact. It can have a neutral impact at best, and can have a negative impact at worst. Because again, here are the scenarios. Huh? Okay, let's take him for this one and reject her for the other one. I was trying to be gender neutral there. Or they can go, this is a spammer, and there's no situation where they're going to go, fabulous! We got their application, their resume for two different jobs. Yeah. And again, the probability is two different recruiters are coordinating it, so there's going to be internal friction. So they may have to figure out who's going to be the primary interviewer, who's going to be the secondary. And remember, corporate recruiters are now being evaluated based upon outcomes as well. So it's not just simply you getting hired, which I know is all you care about, but for them, they've got metrics they have to live up to, and you could be wasting someone's time that could be better served elsewhere. So continuing on, how does the process usually work with processing applications? Would it be going through the same recruiter? I've addressed that. The fact that you're submitting to two different groups turns you into an amateur. And as an amateur, you're sending a signal to the employer that you don't really have a career yet, that you're trying to sort it out. After all, you can be interested in one area or the other. And the fact that you're leaving it to the winds, to the ether to sort it out for you. Am I lucky enough to get this one? Or do I have to stick in the old paradigm? Sends messages to employers. Even if it's the old paradigm, they say to themselves, okay, she's looking for something completely different than what she's doing now. She's not going to be happy in this old job. See where I'm going from here? It's more complicated than just simply, is it going to the same recruiter? It's the impact of the message that recruiter is left to interpret, and left to their own devices. Here's what recruiters do. They pause. They leave the window open. They go to something else. They don't call because they're still processing these conflicting messages that you're sending. Usually when they pause, they hesitate for lengthy periods of time. When they hesitate for lengthy periods of time, they re-review the resume, they don't act on it, and ultimately they reject. Can it turn out differently? Absolutely. How will it probably turn out? Not so good for you. You're better off zeroing in on one thing that you want, period. One thing that you want at a particular firm and going from there. Take care.